and welcome everyone to my 2023 bedroom tour. I meant to do one earlier in the year, actually before 2022 ended, just so I could have one at the beginning and the end. That did not work out, so while my room is definitely not finished, I still have some things to do as far as improvements and reorganization. I do want to go ahead and film a tour, that way I have it documented and I can look back and see what my room looked like before I did any other changes. So I'll start with the front of my room. Here is the back of my door. Right now I'm using it to hang a lot of stuff because I recently attended the local Renaissance fair. I've still got some foliage stuck in the skirt. This is the Anastasia skirt that I bought from DragonCon from the Lolita Collective. I'm waiting to steam it because obviously I wore it for the entire day. It took us the entire day to get through the whole thing. So I just want to steam it to make sure it's a little clean. I'm a little reluctant to wash it any other way because of something that happened, which I'll explain later. But yeah, I just use it to hang stuff, some pants that I have prepared for work, my work jacket, a new scarf that my best friend knitted me. It has these cute little pom-poms. I made the mistake of letting my mom wash it because she just tosses it in the washing machine without any care as to what it's made out of. And some of the pom-poms fell out and exploded inside. So I'm going to have to tell my friend if she can fix this for me. I have my neck pillow for flights that I recently got to use. And then back here, this is really the only interesting thing I think, which is this art wall scroll that I bought years ago at one of the first cons I ever attended. I really liked that artist's art style. However, it's a little awkward to display just because it's so tall. I haven't been able to properly display it, so it kind of just sits back there. It's also sun damaged because I used to display it in front of my windows, so half of it got sun damage while the other half is still dark. But that's that. Then I have the Dracula and Frankie Monster High Real Drama posters that came with the dolls up there. I framed them both. Could not find a frame that was the exact size of each print, so I just decided to frame them all together. And then that's drywall damage that I still have to fix. Moving to the left is this Code Geass wall scroll that I've had for years, although I think it's probably time to retire it. As much as I love Code Geass, I don't like the fact that Suzaku's on it, and it takes up so much space. I really need this wall space, to be quite honest. Moving down, I also have my new and improved enamel pin board. Any of you that may have watched my previous room tour may remember that it was brown. Standard wooden cork board. I spray painted it black. I plan to add some accent color here in between the frame. But for now, I really love how it turned out. And then I took off all the charms that were on it and reorganized everything. So I've organized it for the most part based on series or the type of item it is. So I have a little enamel pin section up here. These are just random enamel pins that didn't really fit with the other pin boards that I have. Some SpongeBob ones, the Pokemon ones, in addition to the acrylic charms that I recently purchased. This one's really cool. It opens up. My friend bought me this for Christmas. Then I have some anime charms, some phone charms, Kuroko's basketball stuff, some little blind box plushies, my hero. And then I realized I got this after buying the limited edition version of the movie. I can't remember if it was Two Heroes or the one after that, but I never liked it because it was really foggy and I couldn't figure out why they would do that. So it still had the film on it. It was just really, really thin and I could not figure out how to remove it, but finally it came off and now it's beautiful. Nice and clear and shiny. So that's cool. Then I have some food charms, some squishy charms, the really, really small ones, gotcha charms that it's just hard to display these, so hanging them up makes them look a lot better. Some Yuri on Ice, Pokemon cards. Then I have some of my convention lanyards hanging here. This top one was a business related one, but I have all of my other anime convention ones down here, as well as some other stuff. These two I got, I believe, the first year of DragonCon I attended. There was a booth that was advertising. They're basically business postcards, but I really like the art on them, and I think I got everyone that they were giving out, so I framed them. I don't remember the artists, but that's their info if you're interested. I wonder if they're still selling stuff. I might look into that and see. But that's what that is. And then we move to the left to this shelf, which is a mishmash of different things. I'll start at the top. So I used to proclaim this my board game shelf, but we actually bought another bookshelf to put in the kitchen where we put all of our Catan stuff. So I decided to take some of the board games that we frequently play over there. I still kept a couple in here, obviously. This is where Carnival Zombies sits. Unfortunately, you may notice there is a tear along the box. That's because while I was moving everything, it fell and unfortunately split. I'm really upset with myself about that, and hopefully I can, I don't know, use some liquid glue to maybe seal the seam back up, because the box is too beautiful to throw away. But then I also have Manara, Photosynthesis, and then some other board games and little figurines from my boyfriend. Ooh. Now those Cutie Creative plushies I'm thinking about selling, because they're just so hard to display and I don't like it. So they gotta go. But then I also have some Pikachu plushies, some shark plushies. Everyone knows I like sharks, so they keep gifting me shark plushies. And while I do like the ones that I've been receiving, it's a lot. And I've had to find places to stick them in. But this top shelf, I have some animated movies that are not anime. I have my anime collection somewhere else. But a lot of this is Disney, DreamWorks, and then I have a couple live action movies. I don't really care for live action movies, at least enough to pay for them, but I do have a couple. Everything Everywhere All at Once, Godzilla, Jurassic World. I did like, not necessarily the main character, but I did like the movie, and I just wish I had bought a different version of it because this version is so annoying to store. Look at it, it's falling. Then I have this Pikachu plush that I received for Christmas, some more small board games, extra anime that I have doubles of, because my friends didn't coordinate when they were buying me stuff. Then I have some PS4 games, the few that I still have. I actually don't have my PS4 connected anymore. Some sketchbooks, and some extra notebooks that I have. Moving on to the next shelf, I have a lot of art books. Majority of this is art books, and then it gets into some books that I kept for reference purposes. For example, some children's books whose art I liked, or children's books that I just generally like. This one's really cool. It's a pop-up book. And then some reference books that I've had for years and I did not want to toss because I like their subject matter. This binder has a lot of my old middle school to high school art that I've just compiled into one binder. Sketches I did in class and things like that. And then over here are some more sketchbooks. Some that I've actually used and then a couple that I haven't. Then moving down, there is this boring shelf. Majority of it is language books or school-related books. I have some Japanese, some Russian, and then these binders contain some school assignments and stuff that I haven't tossed because they're probably still going to be relevant when I go back to class. This black binder has my Force of Will collection. I do need to get something for the spine, so I'm reminded of that, but I did buy myself a little card collector binder to put them all in. And then this photo album is an album where I put a lot of miscellaneous stuff that I don't want to throw away. For example, a lot of the Monster High box art I've kept in here, as well as some movie tickets that have sentimental reasons, and then some business cards from artists whose art I liked and I didn't want to toss. Moving down is another miscellaneous shelf. So this one I just fit whatever I could, which is mainly some sketchbooks, as well as the remaining fiction books that I have. I weeded a lot of it because I just wasn't using it and I needed the space. But I do still have some fiction books. I have this cool notebook that my friend gave me for Christmas. Look at that. It's shaped like a coffin. So cool. But I don't have a use for it yet, so I decided to just display it right here. And then, again, more language books over there. Then the final shelf, again, a little disorganized. I have this bookend right here. Again, it's the bottom shelf, so it holds a lot of the heavier stuff because I don't want the shelves above it to break due to the weight. So I have a lot of school supplies, school binders, and then also the really heavy art books and reference books. Then I have this lenticular One Punch Man print. And then this bottom one of Katara. It's a little hard to see because of all the lights, but my best friend bought me that for my birthday. So cool. Moving over is my main display shelf, I would say. It has majority of the higher collectible items in it. Here's the top shelf. This Nyanko Sensei was given to me by a friend of mine years ago. Then I have the mutilated Winnie the Pooh, which I created during an event from the library. Then the Plague Doctor Squishable, super cute. Then I have the Holiday Draculaura up here. I didn't want to take her out of her box, so I just displayed her in between these two plushies, which I thought worked really well. Then there is some more plushies. Again, people give me sharks all the time. I do like these though, they're cute. Then I have this corner that has some knitted dolls that my friend knitted for me. So cute. We've got Chibi Italy from Hitalia. And then this little goth girl at the end. Then I just have this little figure here. I have to fix his hood. It cracked. Did the mistake of taking it to work as decoration. And someone must have dropped it or something because I came back and it was chipped. So never again. Then I have, oh, I forgot about G3 Draculaura. I am still going to customize her because I don't like how much pink she has, but this is where she's sitting right now. Then that little squishy is, and some small plushies that fit under this display. Here is the next shelf. This is primarily my doll shelf with the exception of a Monster High doll that I do have, but I decided to display elsewhere. So majority of this is Monster High, and then this LOLMG Midnight Baby doll. She's really cute. And then I have a row of figurines at the bottom. And some squishies here in the corner. So we'll start right to left, and then that plushie back there. But right to left, we've got the Freak de Chic Twyla and Claudine, the very first two, or two of the only 4 Monster High dolls I ever purchased while they were still out in stores. I've kept them all these years because they were really cool, and I still love them. Eventually, I will fix Twyla's hair. It's very messed up, still has glue in it. I tried to wash it out, but clearly I didn't do a good job, so I have to try again later. Then I have the Skelector Dracula. She's beautiful. And then I have the 2 Real Drama Frankie and Draculaura dolls. The release of these dolls is what prompted me to get involved into the Monster High Reddit and also the doll community by watching videos and stuff, just so I would know when they would release. And thankfully it paid off because I managed to get 2 of each. I just did not care for the other 2. So I returned what I didn't want to Target and then kept whatever I could give to friends. And it turned out really nice. I have this little voodoo. I think this is one of those incense burners, not necessarily the sticks. Oh, is it the sticks? I don't think so. The hole's too small. But you can use one of the, I don't know what it's called, but the little cone-shaped ones. You can stick it in there, burn it, and he's a little incense guy. I found him in the Glass Coffin, which is a local, they call it Vampire Boutique. So it's a little spooky shop that sells a lot of spooky things. And they had a whole incense section, and I fell in love with him. He's so cute. Then I have some blind box figurines. My Spectra miniature vinyl. I love Spectra, but the price of her main doll right now is too ridiculous that I will never purchase it, most likely. So this will have to do. Some more figurines, and then of course the squishies. And then we move down to my anime figure shelf. Starting from the right, we have Gaara. He was a gift from my boyfriend, and then Kuroko from Kuroko's Basketball. I love him. Then I have 2 Deku figures because I haven't decided if I want to sell that one off. And then a Miku figure. This little devil Miku is so cute. I love her. And for being a noodle stopper figure, she's a nice size. Very detailed too. Then I have my 2 Mikazuki Monechika figurines. This is the figure that started it all, prompted me to start buying anime scale figures, and he was worth every penny I paid for him. Then I have the Haruka and Makoto figure from Free. And then this Kaneki figure that I've loved for many years and only purchased last year, I think. And I love him. He's great. Then there's also these Pokeballs that were a gift from my boyfriend. I think that one's a little broken. I tried to change the color to purple, but it only went to red, so I may have to fix that somehow. And then this one lights up as well, and you can see all the colors work. Then I have this lone Kuroko figure down here on a Makoto blow-up bed, something. I did have the figure that went with this, but he disappeared somehow, and then I only had his head, so I just threw away the head and put Kuroko on it. And that's my anime figure shelf. Moving down, we have the start of my manga collection. So moving to the left, in addition to manga, I have decided to display some figures on here. There's the Black Rock Shooter pop figure. I have the little fairy figure I recently purchased. She's adorable. And then I have all these mushroom figures that I received both from my friend but also bought myself. Kinya Kunya had a series, and we thought it was so perfect for these because we had just purchased them. So we went a little crazy. Her more than me, but she gave me her extras. So I have excess mushrooms now. My Iruma Suzuki figurine, and then Alice from Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, and then I also have their custom bases that are in the making. I ordered some pegs that I need, so I have to wait for them to get here before I can actually paint them. Then there's this card case. I have the extra Force of Will cards that I haven't put in that binder in there, and then this little folder has some doujinshi in it. So that's shelf 1 of my manga collection. Here's shelf 2. This is where I ran out of the LEDs. But I do have figures still here. I have Lelouch right here. Camera won't focus on him, but he's there. I have that print framed, some spooky figurines here. And then my very small collection of the zombies. My friend recently gave me that, and thankfully it was one, because she didn't know about the codes at the bottom, so thankfully I got one that I didn't have. And she's really cute. I was thinking about getting her. But I would recommend these figures if y'all can still find them in stores. They're so cute. And then the manga in the back. Then moving down, the last shelf is just manga. So here's all the series that I have. That novel series on the right I'm probably never going to read, but it was a gift, so I don't want to toss it or donate it. But that's the last shelf. So yes, I do think the LEDs make it look really cool. However, I still have to go back and fix some of them because I had to buy some of these corner pieces to make it look neat. So I still have to go through all the ones that I had already glued and fix, like some of these folded corners. But yeah, it does look really cool. Alright, moving on. To the left of my display shelf, I have my closet door where I hang more stuff similar to my front door. I'll start at the top. So I have my Ita bag and then some other bags. My Ita bag I need to make a new foam board or pin board for because I'm using a little foam sheet and it's not withstanding the weight of the pins. Then I have some tote bags. I do have a mirror whenever I need it. When I dress up, I need to just make sure the costume looks right. Then I have these 2 garments hanging. This is the fungi jacket I recently purchased. I did sew the button back on there. And again, I'm waiting to steam them because you really have to be careful with custom clothing like this, or even clothing that is from a Lolita brand. They have specific care instructions. And again, with this one, I made the mistake after wearing it on Halloween with the skirt to leave it in the bathroom, and my mom took it and washed it in the washing machine. I don't know what settings she used, but when they came out, they were not good. So I noticed some of the fabric fraying, some loose threads. It scared the heck out of me because these were not cheap. So I'm just going to steam clean them and then put them back in my closet so I can wear them later. I have some tote bags hanging here. My closet isn't that interesting, but I will show how I store my figure boxes because I do keep a lot of them just in case. Then here's where I keep my shoes. I use the Daiso boxes. They're very useful and you can stack stuff on top of them. And then the rest is just storage. Not very interesting. But on top, I do have some art displayed. This was art that I just didn't want to put in a frame because it would require the frames that might get a little heavy, so I just decided to put them in those sleeves and basically put putty on the back of them and stick them on the wall. it worked out so far. They haven't fallen. Then I have this art piece that I just hung up like this because it has a very odd shape. I cannot find a frame that would fit it without having too much extra space. So it stays like that. Then I have the gawky bat, so cute. I do have this shelf that I'm still deciding what I want to display in, because if it's minifigures, then I'll have to make some shelving out of foam board or something so I can fit the most in here. And then this is falling off as well, so I have to fix that. But I did spray painted black. It used to be brown, so I'm pretty satisfied with how it turned out. To the left is my anime collection, as well as some figurines and squishies that I've decided to display on top. I got this shelving unit from Target a long time ago. Well, it probably hasn't been that long, maybe 2 or 3 years. We'll start from the top. So I did purchase this recently. This is a print that I've always wanted. I love the artwork. Discovered it years ago. Unfortunately, the way I ordered it, the print isn't that high quality, but I still framed it and everything, so now it's up there. Then I have the Death Note art book, Natsume's Book of Friends Season 1 and 2 box set. It's not Blu-ray, it's regular DVD. They never released Season 1 and 2 in Blu-ray, I think. Then the Suigen 2 Rosen Maiden pop-up figure, I mean. I keep saying pop figure, but it's pop-up figure. Then I have some minifigures right here. The only Nendoroid I still have left. Some squishies. I have the Gundam right here. This may have to go at some point when I need more room, but for now, they look really cool here. And most of this is Blu-ray. With the exception of these 3 shelves where I put a lot of the DVD anime that I still have, which I have quite a bit still. Then I store extra frames that I have over here. I can't use these anymore because they're too heavy and they kept falling off the wall, so I need to get rid of those. Then I also have this Coca-Cola piggy bank, which is almost full, so I need to take that to the bank soon. This axolotl plushie that my boyfriend got me at Etchy Expo. And then I have this. I bought this years ago when I was still sharing a room with my siblings. And I just decided to put the shelving on top because I didn't want it really sitting on the floor and having to reach down there to grab anime and sit on the floor to get stuff. But this just has houseware stuff. I have some trash bags in here, some extra electronics or boxes for electronics that I need. Like study cards from when I was trying to teach myself more Russian and Japanese. But yeah, not very interesting. Moving on is my desk, which has a lot going on and is still quite messy, but we're just going to go for it. You may notice I don't have the gamer chair anymore. It was not comfortable. I turned it in using the warranty at Staples and got myself an actual desk chair, much more comfortable, with the exception of this. So I added a cushion and it works out fine. So I have artwork scattered all around this wall. A lot of it I've had for years, a lot of it I've acquired recently. And then these are bookmarks that I framed. Same with that. Some postcards. And this is where the Monster High Demi Batista, this is where the Shadow High Demi Batista doll is. I found this little shelf, floating shelf at the thrift store for like $1. So I took the chance, used some pegs or pins, push pins, to keep it on the wall. I did have to install some little foam pieces at the bottom so it wouldn't flip down or tip down, which is what it was doing. And I didn't want Demi falling, so this is where she is. She looks really cool. Then I have my PC set up. My room has an overhead light, however, I do sometimes prefer it not to be so bright. So I have this that I've always had for years. I have a little Deku piggy bank that a friend got me. This little Halloween decoration that does light up. It's just out of batteries. My boyfriend got me that years ago. Then I have this really cool display for all of my markers that my best friend got me when she still worked at Michael's. Down here, I have another one that I actually purchased years ago, and I just keep random stuff in it. I have my nail polish and nail stuff in there, enamel pin, cards, and the backings to them in there. I recently visited Walmart and saw all of these little Monster High G3 dolls on sale for $2. I know a lot of people are looking for these, so I decided to grab the full set, and I'll probably put them on the Macari at some point. But I thought that was a neat find because they actually had Draculaura, and I know she's really hard to find. So that was a nice encounter. I have this Peeps plush. I don't like Peeps, but all the Easter stuff is on sale right now, so I decided to pick that up because it was cute. And I'm probably going to customize it, add some Frankenstein stitching somewhere. I do have figurines displayed here, and then the rest is just random trash that's on my desk. I wouldn't say it's trash, but you know, I still have to organize it because I'm trying to find places to put it. I absolutely love the Umwelt mats and the wrist rests that I bought. They're so cool. I do think I'm probably going to change this. The name of this type of paper is escaping me right now, but a friend of mine did buy me some for Christmas not too long ago, and I used it to refit the top of the filming space that I have, and it turned out really well, so I'm probably going to get rid of this just because I thought I liked the texture, but I really don't, because whenever I do have to move my mouse over here, the texture messes with the sensor and it's just not useful. And the rest of my desk pretty much is just stuff I grab for. I have stationery, some medication, a notepad so I can write stuff down. I keep my receipts in these little folders. These things have stickers and notepads and such. I can't pull the other one out, but it more or less has the same thing. This drawer again has stationery, notepads, some stuff I grab for, rulers, again, just boring stuff. Tons of coasters because I like coasters. This is the most recent one that I got from Kentucky on a business trip. If you ever sit on your desk a lot, I highly recommend one of these footrests. I have a lap desk as well that I use a lot. Then I have these little storage drawers. And again, they're just full of stationery. I have lots of extra pens and pencils, mechanical pencils, erasers, stuff like that. I have my scale for when I have to ship things out, another notepad, a little charging thing for USB devices. I do like this. I will show you all this. This is a Jujutsu Kaisen laptop case that I got from Box Lunch. If y'all ever shop there, I highly recommend using their online website sales if there are any for the item you're looking for, because they will price match the website, and usually it's cheaper than whatever sale they have going on in store. But I do have my gaming laptop in there. I have my old Surface that I don't use anymore because it's so slow. And then again, these drawers just have extra little stationery things. Here is my PC. I call her Agatha. Oh, I have a magnetic board over here that my sister gave me. I need to display that somewhere. But yeah, she's been good to me. I upgraded a couple parts from when I got her, and she works very well. Still got to add some more stickers to the front, but that will happen later. Then, I'm not going to show my bed. I'm sure you saw it in the beginning, but it's really just covered in plushies, and I don't really care if my bed fits my aesthetic or not, because I just care that it's comfortable. So there's not much interesting to say about it. I do have this drawer set down here where, again, it's full of stationery and some extra things like my little drawing figurines and then extra electronics. Now, under my bed, I do have a lot of these storage bins where I keep, again, extra school supplies that I've purchased over the years, some of the parts that came with furniture or electronics that I don't know where to store elsewhere because it's a little big. This one in particular has the remains of my squishy collection. You can kind of see it through there, but that's where I keep it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Moving on, I do have my Cintiq there for drawing, and then I have more artwork on the walls. And all of these I framed myself. I have this little shelving thing that I got from Target for sale, and I put a little figurine on there to match the vibe. Then I have the excellent American Mickey's Alice cardboard poster that I purchased from Blockbuster when they were going out of business. Next to my bed, I do have this little stand that my sister gave me. She purchased a set of 2, and she doesn't have room for the second one, so she gave me the extra one she had, which is really nice. Has 2 outlets, 2 USB ports, and then it has these little pockets, which are great for putting my TV remote because I end up losing it otherwise. I do wish it had some kind of shelving here in the back. I still have yet to figure out why it's like this. It's just open. I don't know if you were supposed to put, I don't know, like a trash can in that gap, or if the intent was to slide next to your bed or another dresser. I have no idea. It's really weird. I wish they had put shelving there, but I work with what I have, so whatever. Moving on is my craft drawer. I love this. I did purchase this from a Salvation Army, which they're terrible with their business practices. However, my local one always gets a lot of neat pieces in stock, so I tend to go to them for furniture. The bottom drawer has a lot of miscellaneous craft items. My jewelry, pliers, this manga that came broken. I got a replacement, but I didn't want to throw it away because it's still a lot of cool pages that I could use for stuff. I don't know. Some clay stuff, resin. The second drawer is paints and paint brushes, professional ones. Mainly acrylic, but also some gouache. Then the top one is more miscellaneous stuff, but more in tune with 2D art, not crafting. So I have some paints, puffy paints, paint brushes, some sponges, and then a lot of color pencils and graphite in here. Looks really messy right now, but I swear it's organized. I know where to find things. Then on top of the dresser, this is usually where I film. Right now, since I'm not really filming anything, I obviously use it to store some stuff right now. This is just household stuff, and then some figures I still have to list on Mercari. And then this little pile is stuff that I purchased at the Renaissance Fair. Here, I'll show y'all what I got. This is Immunity Honey. It has elderberry, cranberry, and rose hips. Yeah, hips. This was made in Smithville, Texas by the Aberdeen Grove Honey Remedies. So really nice, a little pricey, however, for homemade honey, I would say I was willing to try it. Then I have this Aberdeen Grove Honey Remedies Blackberry Whipped Honey. It sounded super good, and it says it's whole organic blackberries and raw honey. Again, made by the same company. And I think I have their card, actually. Here we go. Bee Farm to Table Honey from the Lost Pines, Texas. And then there's their Instagram information. I'll leave it in the description below so y'all can go check them out. Oh, I got this from Kentucky. Strawberry butter. Never heard of that, so I picked it up. I also got these candles. Had to get rid of the extra light. It was messing with the focus. But here is the Legendary Candles Co. Pear Melon Candle. This was really pricey. However, they smelled really, really good. So I picked up 3. It was 3 for $33. And there's their information if y'all are interested. And it says they burn for 40 to 50 hours. So that's pretty good. So I got that one. And then also chocolate mocha. This one smelled amazing. Exactly like chocolate. And then this one that's called Joy. It had some citrus flavors in it. Again, smelled really, really good. And here's their business card. I also purchased these 2 honey sticks. Very overpriced. I don't remember the booth, but it was like a home remedies shop that also offered massages, which was interesting. They were $1 each, and I honestly don't remember what flavor they were. I just bought them for the flavors themselves to try them. There was also a booth of a gentleman selling gardening decorations made out of metal. So I got this little $10 metal rose that was really cute. I figured I can spray paint it black. Then I got, well, actually, I'll save that one for last because it kind of has a story to it. But I did get this little hair twist pin thing. Here are the instructions that it came with. And you essentially get a lock of hair and twist it around, then stick the pin into it, and it'll hold it. It looks really cool. I got the gunmetal color, even though my hair is black. It still looked cool in my opinion. And then it comes with a little charm at the bottom, which you can customize, and it comes off really easily. It's on a lobster clasp. So I thought that was really cool. I think this is the most expensive, minus the candles. The candles I don't count because they were cheaper individually than they were together. But this is probably the most expensive individual item that I purchased. And then I also purchased this. Unfortunately, I can't tell y'all what the name of the shop was because I don't remember, and they did not give me any type of business card. I remember it having Crystal in the name, but I just can't remember. But basically, my best friend and I have attended the Renaissance Fair 2 to 3 times in our lifetime. And the last time we were there, and even the previous times, there was always a booth that sold these little perfume bottles, just like this. Sometimes they were shaped like other things, really cute, came with charms, and this person, or this vendor, had a lot of variety in their oils. Now, I'm not someone who generally likes perfume. It's often too strong and gives me headaches, but this particular booth had a scent called Fallen Angel, and it's the most amazing thing I've ever smelled. My friend and I purchased a bottle from this vendor, and the cool thing that they did is their booth was often by a rose bush, so they would let you grab a little rosebud from the bush, stick it in the bottle, and it would make the smell last longer once the oil evaporated. So really cool gimmick, really cool scent. We were excited to find this booth again after many years of not going, and unfortunately we couldn't find them. I don't think this was the same booth. I did look up their website after we came home, and they're definitely still active. I just don't think they go to this particular Renaissance Fair anymore, but you can still buy their charms online, and I'll leave a link to that particular shop in the description. I wish I could tell y'all which one I bought this from. I know it had Crystal in the name, but that's pretty much it. But they did have a scent I liked, so I went ahead and purchased this one, and I did like the design of the bottle that they did. So it still smells good. Still pretty cheap. It was only $8. So even though it wasn't the scent I was looking for, I still do appreciate finding a booth similar to that. And I do apologize. I know I just got sidetracked by that, but this bag just has some stuff that I purchased from the glass coffin for my friend. I forgot to bring it with me when we went to the Renaissance Fair, so it's still sitting there for her. There is my witch hat. Got many compliments on it. Apologize for my chickens. Chickens always mess up my videos. There's my witch hat. Some plushies. This corner is just messy in general. It's where I stick everything that I'm not sure where to put. Mainly shipping supplies. I am a little proud that I managed to get rid of a lot of them. I just didn't have use for them. I don't ship stuff out as much anymore, so I only kept what I think I might need in the future. Then I have some black canvases down there, courtesy of my best friend. There is some square grids that I purchased from a Goodwill. Here are some square grids that I purchased from Goodwill, and then a cork board. I'll talk about that later. But these drawers just have household stuff. I have extra body wash and things like that from Bath and Body Works, some disinfectant sprays, wipes, more shipping supplies here, the stuff I'm selling still, and another drawer. Yeah, just a bunch of random items. But we move to the left and we have my television. Up top, there's some artwork framed that I love. Here's a Godzilla print that I forgot to show during my Ecchi Expo video. And then my best friend got me this amazing frame for the homemade paper print that I got of Jujutsu Kaisen. Starting from the right of my TV, I do have some figurines displayed. This cool coffin box. I have two. The other one I'm displaying elsewhere, but my friend made it for me, and it came in very useful. I have some extra perfume things in here. But yeah, it was very useful on my trip to Kentucky. Held my jewelry amazingly. I have some figurines on another one of these little houses that I got from Target. I keep the extra batteries for my camera in there. These little figurines here. I plan to customize this display, which I got from Target, because I think this side is a lot better for display purposes. The other side's too short. So I plan to add some of that decorative trimming here and paint it accordingly so that it matches the vibe. But that's that side. These drawers just have essentials. Again, I have extra supplies here, electronic stuff. Majority of the jellyfish tank care stuff is in here. And then the rest is just clothing, basically. This is a Dead Man's Toes ingredient jar, but it's actually a candle warmer, which is so cool. My best friend got that for me. She found it at Walmart during their Halloween collection sales. I never found it in any of the Walmarts that I visited, but she managed to find it. I have some jewelry in here. I have all of the jellyfish testing kit stuff here. And a little remote for it. Oh, it's dirty. Let's turn that off. So over here, I do still have this figurine that my boyfriend got me years ago. Unfortunately, she has been damaged because the first time I tried to hang that up, it fell. So unfortunately, she has a chip in her hair and some cracks as well in the paint, I think, near this part. Very unfortunate. But I don't really have anywhere else to put her, really. Then I have one of the grids that I purchased from the Goodwill. This Goodwill was one of the outlets. If you've never been to one, it's basically a warehouse where the employees roll out these large blue bins full of stuff. It's unorganized. You have to dig through everything, and often it's broken or dirty. But it's usually cheaper because they charge you by the weight, depending on the item. These are very light, so I got them very cheap. I know a lot of artists use these for displays or making their displays whenever they have booths at cons. So I got 4 or 5, I think, just in case I ever wanted to try that. But the main intent for why I bought them is this. I've seen people use these to display charms and such, so I decided to get one for all the earrings that I recently purchased. Very easy to put up. Obviously, I just have some push pins with hooks on them. They're very light, so I don't have a fear of them ever breaking. So yeah, I'm glad this worked out really well. Moving to the left, I have my 2 pin boards. This one is for my spooky pins. It's a little empty right now because I did take some of them to put in my Ita bag, but I'm definitely going to fill that up. And then I have the miscellaneous pins. I also had to put some of the earrings that didn't have that type of backing up here. It's just easier because they just stick right in. But I have some charms, some sea creature pins, and more creature and spooky pins, the more wordy pins, and then the anime ones. So I'm really happy how these turned out. I did also get these from thrift stores and spray painted them black. I also have another big one that I'm still debating if I want to use, so we'll see. But on top is some artwork that I purchased years back from Dragon Con, except for that one. I got that at a garage sale many years ago when I was probably in middle school, and I like it, so I've kept it all these years. And then that's pretty much it other than this dresser drawer. This has all the makeup that I purchased for my Halloween costume, as well as the remotes to the LED lights. And then down here I store some of the jewelry findings and extra Nendoroid and anime figure parts in here. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Ignore my printer. I stack random stuff on there because it's right there. But yeah, that's pretty much my whole room. I hope y'all enjoyed. I know it's really messy and haphazard. There's a lot going on now that I'm looking at it through the viewfinder, but I'm really proud of what I've managed to accomplish in such a small room. I still live with my family, so I had to make do with just having this one room, as it's my office space, my bedroom, and my display room, so I think it's okay. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all in my next video.